Prepare to have your hearts melted faster than ice cream on a hot sidewalk. We're about to dive into the warm and fuzzy world of cat-human soulmates. You might think you're just a glorified can opener to your furry friend, but hold on to your whiskers. Your cat might see you as their one true love. Now, we all know cats have a reputation for being aloof, independent creatures who tolerate our presence solely for the promise of food and the occasional chin scratch. But what if I told you that beneath that cool exterior beats the heart of a hopeless romantic? We're about to uncover 9 undeniable signs that your cat has cast you in the role of their feline soulmate. 1. They sleep on you or near you. Let's kick things off with the ultimate display of feline faith, using you as their personal mattress. If your cat regularly transforms you into their own private sleeping quarters, congratulations. You've just been upgraded from human to living, breathing cat bed. When a cat chooses to grab their sleep on or near you, they're not just looking for a warm spot, though your body heat is probably a nice bonus. They're essentially saying, I trust you so much, I'm willing to enter my most vulnerable state while using you as a pillow. Think about it. In the wild, sleeping is when animals are most exposed to danger. By snoozing on your chest, your lap, or even just within paw's reach, your cat is declaring, you're my designated bodyguard for this nap session, and I have complete faith that you won't let any vacuum cleaners sneak up on me. So the next time you find yourself pinned down by a purring fur ball, unable to reach the TV remote or scratch that itch on your nose, don't get frustrated. Instead, bask in the knowledge that you've been chosen as the VIP, very important pillow in your cat's life. Just maybe keep a book within reach. You might be there for a while. 2. They groom you. The joy of being on the receiving end of a cat's grooming session. If your feline friend has ever gifted you with a sandpaper kiss, congratulations. You've just been inducted into their inner circle faster than you can say hairball. When your cat decides to turn you into their personal grooming project, they're not criticizing your hygiene. Well, probably not. This behavior, known as allo-grooming, is reserved for family members and very close friends in the feline world. It's like being handed a VIP pass to the most exclusive club in town. Only instead of a stamp on your hand, you get a slightly damp patch of hair. By licking your skin or hair, your cat is essentially saying, you're one of us now. Let me help you smell less like a human and more like a respectable cat. It's their way of bonding with you, sharing their scent, and showing that they care about your well-being. Of course, being groomed by a cat isn't always the most pleasant experience for us humans. Their tongues are more Brillo pad than loofah after all. But try to appreciate the sentiment behind the scratchy affection. Your cat is treating you like their own personal spa client, free of charge. Just maybe keep your mouth closed during these impromptu grooming sessions. Nobody needs a mouthful of cat hair, no matter how deep the bond. 3. They protect you or guard you. Move over, guard dogs. There's a new sheriff in town, and they're armed with whiskers and a fluffy tail. If your cat takes up a sentinel position at your feet, or keeps a watchful eye on you while you sleep, you've got yourself a bona fide feline bodyguard. This protective behavior is your cat's way of saying, don't worry, human, I've got your back, and your front, and your sides. It's like having your own personal Secret Service agent, only furrier, and more likely to be distracted by a passing moth. When your cat positions themselves between you and the door, or perches on the edge of the bed like a tiny judgmental gargoyle, they're not just being nosy. They're taking on the role of your protector, ready to alert you to any dangers. You know, critical threats like the sound of a can opener 2 blocks away, or the neighbor's dog daring to exist within a 5-mile radius. Of course, their idea of protection might sometimes involve attacking your feet under the covers, or pouncing on your toes when you least expect it. But hey, they're just keeping you on your toes, literally, and making sure your reflexes stay sharp. It's protect and serve, cat style. So the next time you catch your cat staring intently at you while you sleep, don't be creeped out. Instead, feel honored that you have a dedicated, albeit slightly neurotic guardian watching over you. Just maybe check your shoes for hairballs in the morning. Your protector might have left you a gift. 4. They follow your routine closely. If you've ever felt like you're living with a furry, 4-legged stalker, congrats. Your cat has decided to sync their internal clock with yours, becoming the world's cutest, and possibly most demanding, personal assistant. When your cat learns your routine so well they could practically write your daily schedule, it's not just because they're hoping for extra treats. Okay, maybe it's partly that. It's because they've decided that your comings and goings are the most important events in their day. You're basically the star of their very own reality show, keeping up with the humans. Does your cat start meowing 5 minutes before your alarm goes off? They're not trying to replace your clock. They're excited to start the day with you. Do they wait by the door around the time you usually come home? They're not just being clingy. They're eagerly anticipating quality time with their favorite person. This routine-following behavior is your cat's way of saying, your schedule is my schedule. Your life is my life. We're in this together, human. It's like having a tiny, furry life coach who occasionally knocks things off shelves. Of course, this dedication to your routine can sometimes backfire. Try sleeping in on a weekend, and you might find yourself with a very confused and possibly annoyed cat, wondering why you're disrupting the natural order of things. But hey, that's the price you pay for being the center of your cat's universe. Who needs an alarm clock when you've got a punctual purr machine, right? 5. They meow just for you. Ready for a fun fact that'll make you feel extra special? Adult cats don't typically meow at each other. Nope, they've developed this whole vocabulary just for us lucky humans. So if your cat is constantly chatting you up, congratulations, you're the star of their very own talk show. When your cat meows at you, they're not just making noise for the fun of it. Well, usually. They're actually trying to communicate with you in a language they think you'll understand. It's like they're saying, "Hey human, I know you're not fluent in tail twitches and ear flicks, so let me speak your language." So the next time your cat strikes up a conversation, don't just dismiss it as noise. Engage with them, even if you don't speak fluent cat. Your willingness to communicate back reinforces the bond between you. Just maybe don't meow back in public. That might earn you some strange looks from the non-cat soulmate crowd. 6. They mimic your behaviors. Ever feel like you're living with a furry little copycat? Well, you might just be. If your cat seems to be channeling their inner chameleon and mimicking your behaviors, it's not because they're plotting to replace you. Probably. It's actually a sign of deep attachment and trust. When your cat decides to play Simon Says with your daily activities, they're essentially saying, "You're so awesome. I want to be just like you." It's like having a tiny whiskered fan club following your every move. Does your cat plop down next to you and paw at your book or newspaper? They're not critiquing your reading choices. They're trying to join in on the fun. Have you caught your cat watching TV with you, head tilted in concentration? They're not actually interested in the latest reality show drama. They're interested in sharing an experience with you. Some cats take this mimicry to the extreme, following their humans to the bathroom or trying to help with chores. It's like having a furry little shadow that occasionally knocks things over in their enthusiasm to be just like you. This behavior is your cat's way of strengthening your bond and feeling closer to you. So the next time you find your cat attempting to type on your laptop or supervise your cooking, don't shoo them away. Embrace your role as the unwitting mentor in this interspecies apprenticeship. 7. They let you touch their paws. All right, paw enthusiasts, it's time to talk about one of the most sacred privileges in the feline world, touching the beans. If your cat willingly lets you handle their paws, congratulations. You've just been granted access to the Fort Knox of feline trust. For cats, paws are not just for walking and occasional face slapping. Of other cats, of course. They're sensitive instruments used for hunting, exploring, and general mischief making. In the wild, having someone mess with your paws could mean the difference between catching dinner and going hungry. So when your cat lets you touch their paw pads, they're essentially saying, "I trust you not to mess with my livelihood or tickle me into oblivion." This level of trust doesn't come easy. It's like being handed the nuclear codes of the cat world. Your feline friend is saying, "Here, human, I'm placing my most vulnerable and valuable tools in your hands. Please use this power responsibly." Of course, some cats might still have limits. Maybe they'll let you touch their paws, but draw the line at nail trims. That's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, and paw trust is a journey, not a destination. So the next time your cat offers you a paw five or lets you admire their toe beans without retracting them into fluffy murder mittens, take a moment to appreciate the honor. Just resist the urge to poke the paw pads repeatedly. Even soulmates have boundaries. 8. They lay across your belongings. Ever come home to find your cat lounging on your freshly laundered clothes or sprawled across your laptop keyboard? Before you accuse them of being a mischievous mess maker, consider this. Your cat might just be trying to feel close to you, even when you're not around. When your cat decides to turn your belongings into their personal nap spot, they're not just seeking out the warmest or softest surface, though that's probably a nice bonus. They're surrounding themselves with your scent, which to them is like a cozy, invisible security blanket. Your sweater isn't just a piece of clothing to them, it's a you-scented snuggle fest. Your laptop isn't just an expensive piece of technology, it's a warm reminder of all those times you ignored them to type on it. Okay, maybe there's a little revenge mixed in with the love here. This behavior is your cat's way of saying, "I miss you when you're gone, so I'll just cuddle with these things that smell like you." It's like they're creating their own little you shrine, complete with fur offerings and the occasional hairball. So the next time you find your cat nestled in your laundry basket or using your homework as a makeshift bed, don't get frustrated. Instead, feel flattered. You're not just coming home to a mess. You're witnessing a display of feline devotion. Just maybe keep your best clothes in a cat-proof closet, unless you're going for that coated in fur fashion statement. 9. They get jealous when you give attention to others. Last but not least, let's talk about the green-eyed monster of the feline world. If your cat turns into a furry attention-seeking missile every time you dare to interact with another living being, congratulations. You're the star of a feline soap opera titled The Bold and the Beautiful, Whisker Edition. When your cat wedges themselves between you and your house guest, book, or even your significant other, they're not just being rude, they're staging a protest. Excuse me, but I believe you've exceeded your daily quota of non-cat-related activities. Please redirect all attention to me, your feline overlord, immediately. This jealous behavior might manifest in various ways. Maybe your cat suddenly develops an urgent need to sit on your lap the moment you start a phone call. Or perhaps they transform into a furry bulldozer, pushing your hand away from your computer mouse. Some cats might even resort to attention-grabbing antics like knocking things off shelves or performing impromptu circus acts. While it might be tempting to scold your cat for these interruptions, remember, in their mind, they're not being possessive. They're just reminding you of your priorities. After all, what could possibly be more important than giving them chin scratches or admiring their latest acrobatic feat? This jealous streak is your cat's way of saying, "You're my person, and I don't like to share." It's like having a tiny, furry bodyguard dedicated to protecting you from the dangers of paying attention to anything that isn't them. So the next time your cat tries to insert themselves into your conversation or activity, don't get annoyed. Instead, bask in the knowledge that you're the center of their universe. Just maybe set some boundaries. After all, even feline soulmates need to respect personal space sometimes. And there you have it, cat companions. 9 unmistakable signs that your feline friend sees you as their one true soulmate. So what's next for you? Discover the things cats love that few owners do, or learn how to tell if your cat had a fun day. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.